The dark echoes of the parking lot. It was a typical evening, just like any other as you left the office. The parking lot was nearly empty, illuminated by a few flickering streetlights. Your car was parked at the far end, where the light barely reached, casting long shadows that danced eerily with the slightest breeze. As you walked toward your car, the sound of your footsteps echoed in the stillness, unnaturally loud in the quiet night. Suddenly, you noticed something, a shadow that seemed to move out of sync with your steps. You paused, heart beginning to race, but the shadow stopped too, as if mocking your hesitation. Shaking off the feeling, you continued walking, quicker this time. The shadow followed, this time with a faint whisper that seemed to come from all around you, but nowhere at the same time. You couldn't make out the words, but the tone was cold, almost threatening. You reached your car, fumbling for your keys, trying to ignore the feeling of unseen eyes boring into your back. The whispering grew louder, more insistent, and you realized with horror that it wasn't just one voice, it was many. Layers upon layers of voices, all murmuring your name. Finally, you got the door open and slid into the driver's seat, locking the doors behind you. But as you looked in the rearview mirror, your breath caught in your throat. In the dim reflection, you could see a figure sitting in the back seat, a dark silhouette with glowing eyes, staring right at you. You whipped around to confront the intruder, but the back seat was empty. The voices stopped abruptly, leaving only a suffocating silence. Trembling, you turned the key in the ignition, desperate to leave the parking lot behind. As you drove out, the lights flickered one last time, and for just a moment, you thought you saw the shadow standing in the middle of the lot, watching you leave. You told yourself it was just your imagination, the lingering fear from a long day at work. But deep down, you knew the truth. You weren't alone in that parking lot. And whatever was there, it wasn't finished with you yet. That night, as you lay in bed trying to sleep, you heard it again. The whispering, just outside your window calling your name.